of the Talk That Talk Show with me, Barry Holmes. If you've been rocking with me to this point, I thank you so much for sticking with me. We're here at I was just talking to my buddies, and it's like, yo, we're here at episode 112, man. 112. Like I said, yeah. You know, thank you. And the big thing is, you know, I think a lot of times we can overlook, you know, the achievements or the process that it takes to get to that point. And, you know, within all the different ventures that I've done as far as trying to make different merchandise, coming up with different topics, coming up and trying to, you know, network and get you guys some more dope guests like the one that I'm about to bring on today. But, you know, you guys have continuously, week in and week out, have supported me. And like I said, I can't say it enough how much that means to me and, you know, how much that motivates me. And I mean, to look at, you know, we just talked last week about how we hit over 16,000 downloads, and just in a week, you know, we just had, I think, over 200, 300 downloads in the last week. So, you know, you guys are listening, whether you're out there in Utah, Idaho, California. I saw we had a lot of people out in Texas this past week. So, you know, I just want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. And the main thing is, you know, as long as you keep tuning in with me, you know, you're going to have a quality podcast. You're going to have, you know, awesome guests, and you're never going to know what's going to happen here on this show tonight. And, you know, before I get into the guests for tonight, I want to thank all of my sponsors. Definitely want to thank my boy Joe Snow and Maria over at New York Life, helping people to get their financial freedom every single day. Also want to give a big time shout out to my boy Say over at Sky-Dye Socks. You know, he's with me every time we're on our hat grind, having fun picking up hats. So, you know, I love that guy, and he's also putting out some dope stuff. Be on the lookout for our potential dope Mets tees that are going to be coming on the way. So you might see a Talk That Talk Show Sky-Dye collab on the horizon again. Also, you want to give a shout out to Air We Are. If you need help with your heating and air conditioning needs, hit up my boy Jeff Galata. He's helping people all around the South Side, and he can help you too. Right? And then finally want to give a shout out to my boy Timmy Hugel over at Ink Parlor. Yo, the stuff that we're about to drop for my birthday after these OG12s, man, I don't know if y'all are ready for the heat that's coming, man. I hope y'all are ready. Just make sure you keep $20 ready, all right? Keep your $20 ready. But without further ado, first and foremost, you know, I definitely want to talk about the importance of networking, because for me, I think that throughout college and throughout my life, whether it been in high school or middle school, elementary school, like I just felt like I always was able to get along with people and network, and I wasn't afraid to put myself out there, you know, whereas some people won't have that conversation. You know, I'm not afraid to have that conversation with people, and I think that what that has enabled me to do is not only get opportunities, but take advantage of those opportunities. So, you know, I want to say to everyone out there, don't be afraid to have those conversations, or don't be afraid to, you know, make some opportunities out there for yourself, because if you sit back and wait for something to happen, then you'll be waiting forever, man. So, you know, I had the pleasure of having my friend, you know, link me up with this guy, and it's been nothing but positive vibes. And I think that, you know, with him coming here on the show, you guys are going to really, really enjoy this guest today. So without further ado, I want to give you a big warm round of applause for my boy, Kenny Lou. What's up, Kenny?
What's good, man? What's good?
Hold on one second. I got people DMing me like crazy here. We got to turn down the volume. But, how you feeling today, Kenny?
Good. I'm good. Thank you for having me on, Barry. Appreciate it.
Man. So I know you, Kenny, but for those people that may not know you too well, who is Kenny Lou?
Me, Kenny Lou. I'm a designer from MyFitteds. Honestly, I just come up with the colorways, the ideas and concepts for some of the hats that MyFitteds puts out over at Patterson, New Jersey.
Facts. And, you know, I was funny because when I came into this, I was like, shit, what hat am I going to wear, man? And I see Kenny Lou coming up my driveway. I'm like, damn, these guys got some heat. But one of my friends actually put me on to MyFitteds, and they were like, yo, they got this one hat that my boy had came up with the design for that you got to check out, and it's really dope. and it wound up being this hat, the merino cap right here. But I know I said this was my first cop at MyFitteds or whatever. But do you remember what your first fitted was and what it looked like?
Man, this was back in high school. And before I even get to that, like, I'm no like fitted expert.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not no sports expert. You know, I just know how to make something hot. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's a great skill to have.
So back, like, I got into MyFitteds 3 years ago. I just didn't even know what to expect. The fitted game 3 years ago
completely different.
Wasn't like this. Wasn't like this at all. So I was just like, I think I was on snapbacks, dad hats, and once I saw the fitted game get back into it, I would say 2019. That's when like Hat Club.
Yeah.
It came with that pink bottom. So that same year, you know, business was slow, and I was just like telling my boss, you know, we gotta get in on this, you know, because I saw what Hat Club was doing with that pink underbrim, and I was just like, yo, I think we should get in on this. You know, I think we should start with like patterns, like camo undervisors or floral undervisors. And my boss was just like, are you sure? With myself, you know, trusting myself, I was just like, bet, let's do this.
Yeah.
You know, first week when we dropped our like first camos, you know, day of, there were some sellouts. And then the rest of the week, completely sold out. And then it just expanded more. See, I was into sneakers first, you know what I'm saying? And when going back to your question, my first fitted that I rocked was back in high school. It was like a Golden State Warriors fitted. It was a two-tone, and it had like that, I think that trolley logo. But I also rocked like a LA Kings fitted in like white and black. And I don't even watch hockey like that. You know, I just love the hat, you know. So
I had some hockey fitted, so they definitely had some hot stuff too, man.
That's the thing. Like, I would love to, you know, colorway some NHL logos, you know, fitteds, but with New Era, they don't really got the license
because they went to Fanatics.
Correct. Correct.
I think that was one of the worst decisions, man. Because at least when I liked rocking NHL fitteds, I think they had some of the cleanest logos, especially when you could, you know, flirt with, you know, messing with the logos and stuff. And I, like you said, the LA Kings, I remember they had this dope logo where it was just a crown. And I was like, yo, it was like a two-tone black hat, purple brim, gray under. I was like, yo, it was like my favorite cap. And then I wound up losing it in college. And I still kick myself to the day. Are there any stories like you have you ever, any fitteds that you lost that you're like, damn, man, what happened to that hat, man?
I would say that Warriors fitted that my first fitted back in the day, that two-tone. Honestly, I'll take a two-tone over a one color.
I got my one-tone, but
you got your one-tone.
Yeah.
I got the two-tone.
Nah, but that shit is clean, though.
Thank you. That's with me. Like, I have my preference. You have your preference.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying, Barry? So when I see people say corny, when I came up with some of the undervisors to put out, like the floral, the camo, I had some people say that shit's corny, you know, it's garbage. Mind you, I could care less what anybody said, because I was, you know, me and my team, shout out to Russell Sunset, Benzo, and MyFitteds, every time we put out something, it was selling out. So how are you gonna tell us
that it's whack?
That it's whack? And
the numbers ain't adding up for it being whack, you know.
I don't mind when people, you know, have their own opinions, and I like it that way. I like it that we don't like all the same things.
Facts. If that was the case, then we would have all the same fitteds, you know. And I think, and I was talking to you a little bit before about that, where, you know, I love seeing how, you know, different people, what their preferences as far as collecting are. And, you know, you like two-tones, or I like Mets hats, you know. And it's just cool to see, you know, just the variations and, you know, just the different things that can be come up with. And I know you've said before about how, you know, you maybe like to link certain stories to things or go with certain themes. You know, what place, or like, there's like a special place that you go to when you try to get very creative?
To be very creative, it's literally the things around you. You know, the things that you see from past, present, from, you know, your phones that everyone's always on, or the TVs, like from artwork. The way I try to handle like my concepts and my ideas that I hand in is like I said, I've been into sneakers probably longer than hats, and or just the same. So you see how sneaker boutiques would do collabs with sneaker companies like Nike, Adidas, and then they would have a story behind it. So I transitioned that to Fitteds, you know, to have like a story behind. Like you say, like we're collabing with New Era, and yeah, you could say that, you know, working for them, whatever. You know, we treat it like, you know, how those sneaker boutiques treated the sneakers that they would collab on.
Facts. And I think you, not to cut you off, but, you know, you said something about, you know, making it high quality, or, you know, viewing yourself in that light. And I just wanted to say that's the same standard that we say when we refer to this podcast, because anyone could just say, oh, that's just out of his living room. But I treat this as if this was like the Joe Budden podcast. So I totally feel you on that when you're saying, like, you got to hold yourself to that standard. But yeah, man, I think that another thing that is huge, and one of the things that we've shared both, you know, a very mutual interest for, has been, you know, the different baseball and basketball, different collaborations with hats. But, you know, is there a specific, I know I've said I really like the Mets, but is there a specific team that you go to collect towards, or that you lean towards, where you want to make those types of hats?
Team-wise, you know, I just go off the logo. You know, if the logo's, you know, to my liking, I would use it most than others, but I try to vary. You know, just I gotta have fun with it. You know, of course you could pick this team, that team, pick the home team, but you know, everybody's a fan of a different team. You know, different sports, and you gotta have fun with it. You know, when I saw only, you know, colored undervisors from pink, blue, red, that's where I was just like trying to transition to something new. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's not about being the first to do something. It's about making that impact, you know, that MyFitteds did with the whole pattern wave that you would see, tie-dye, floral, camo. You get people talking, you get people saying, oh, MyFitteds did it first. Mind you, you know, we don't care that people say that, or we don't care to be first. We just want to make that impact, that influence. And I don't even like being called like an influencer, but that's what it is.
I mean, if you think about it, at the end of the day, we're influencing people on whether it's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. We're influencing them to listen to what we have to say. And in a way, you're making people listen to what you have to say through the artwork, which is your hat. And, you know, that's an amazing thing to do, because I know when it comes down to drawing or instruments or any of that type of, I am shitty, you know what I'm saying? But if you give me a pen and paper, I can write you the best essay, you know? And I think that, you know, we all have that sort of creativity within us. You just have to try and find that. So, like, I know you said that you really did like hats, or you know, you really like that Golden State Warriors hat. But, like, at what point did you realize, like, that, you know, you had this type of hat creativity inside to you, that you could just spit fire like that, man?
Just trusting, I guess you could say, trusting the process. You know? Like how I said, like, you know, we started off small, you know, with those camo undervisors, and then we've been creative with it, with the story backgrounds that, you know, a lot of people like, and I like them too. But, you know, we can mix it up. We could just, you know, you see a bunch of shops putting colors together. And mind you, you know, half of them are good, half of them not to our liking. But then again, you know, somebody's gonna like that hat. You know, somebody's gonna like that colorway. So it's just like it's gonna be. It should be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, sure, I love the stories that we put out. I always lean over to those. But hey, you know, we like to have fun too with just the colorways. You know what I'm saying? Just have fun with it.
Yeah, and I think that what you said too, as well as trying to find different ways to do new things, but not necessarily be the first to do it, right? So when you talk about that, a lot of times, often, and especially with me, when it comes to making episodes, sometimes it's a little difficult to try and create different things or to get out of that comfortable zone of where we've been at before. So I know you said before about the camo under visor, some of the florals. You have like Hat Club that's doing the pink brim. Is there any type of under visor that you haven't seen that you're kind of looking forward to maybe trying to maybe work into?
See, that's the thing. Like, it's endless.
Mm-hmm.
Like the options that they have. It's just some of the colorways that we put out, they obviously got to get approved.
Yeah, for sure.
Of course, like I think you've seen New Era do those like colorful bandana underbrims and
paisley.
That paisley joints, and as you could tell, they don't let us use those to customize in a way, because you see them in team colors. So obviously, I guess they don't want to do anything gang affiliated,
of course,
or whatnot. But I would love to use
some bandana. That would actually be pretty sick.
I had like in the beginning, I had like a Dipset inspired one. Right when Hat Club did the pink underbrim, I was just like, I was going through, our hats in our vault. I was just like, I've seen other paisleys, but I was just like, it would be dope to do a pink paisley. But then, look what happened. New Era. Yeah, they hopped on it before us, or
It's like before you could get the approval going.
So.
But just the fact that even just getting the wheels churning and getting the creativity to try different things, man, that's huge, because I think a lot of times people stop their own growth because of the fact that they don't are not willing to make the changes or to try it and go out there and do different things. I've put out some drops that some people haven't, like with t-shirts or whatever, that some people haven't exactly been the happiest with. But like you said, to just say, I don't give a fuck about that. I just want to go out and do what feels right to me. And I think that what gives more respect, or what gives the identity to your brand. And I think that, over the past however many episodes, at first we were just a podcast, and now to say that we have an identity and that we're all across the country, it's something that I hold my hat on. And I'll tell you a story, and hopefully you can give me one too. But I think that when I went to the post office earlier, I think it was yesterday or today, I was going to ship off something to one of my friends, a shirt. And I look, and as I'm going back from the post office, and as I'm getting out the car, I see someone wearing a black Talk That Talk Show shirt. So like, and in the corniest way feeling, I was just like, yo, that's me, that's my shirt, you know what I'm saying? And like, it was just the best feeling to, sometimes when you have your friends, like they'll just wear your shit around, you just, I'm wearing it, but it's like those times when you people don't know you're gonna be there and they're still rocking your shirt. That's what it made me feel so good. So shout out to Eli and his mom that was wearing that shirt. But have you seen, like, around Patterson, or just around the area, how do you feel when you see someone like me, like, wearing one of your hats, man?
Like the ones that I come up with, and even with my coworkers and my boss, seeing their hats being worn, it's a great feeling. Just all that hard work that you put in. Mind you, I'm no fitted expert.
He just knows how to make hot shit.
I just know how to be different and show people that express yourself, and just enjoy and have fun. Like that's what I'm doing with these hats. So it's a great feeling. I see my peoples rocking some custom embroidery hats that I've done years ago. Saying
so
like
there from the start.
Before this fitted wave that I got back on. So it's just great to see people rocking your stuff, from your friends to even these celebrities. That it just feels great. Mind you, I could care less about the shout out. As long as you're rocking,
I know what's up.
It feels good.
Facts, man. And I think that, one of the things that I've seen from you, or what I can tell, just from the the handful of times that we've hung out and have met you before, it's just that you're a very genuine guy, and I think that goes a long way to not only gaining the support of people you don't know, but also to get the support of the people around you and the people that can believe in your vision as well too. So just where does that genuineness come from for you, to where you're just able to be yourself, man?
Probably just growing up, it was always about, having your own style, when it came to fashion for me, like having your own style with sneakers. I remember back in the day, before all these Jordan retros that you would see every single week, and my boy Z could attest, we were standing out, like back then, we were breaking necks, with our sneakers, and that feeling to see it transition to hats, breaking necks on a hat,
looking up, right?
Got the cats looking up. It's just crazy, and it's a blessing, I was just that love that that people have, that passion like you have for your podcast. I think that's where it comes from, just having that passion, that love for something or whatever, and it just blossoms for you, no matter what, it's for you. You know what I'm saying? Nobody else. Nobody could tell you otherwise. Nah, you're doing it for yourself.
And that's so true, Kenny. Like, when you do things for yourself, even just the feeling that you get from that internal gratification, man, it's a different feeling when you're doing it for yourself, bro. And I think you couldn't have said it any better. Before I let you go here, we had somebody, Joe Calderon, that says, that Mariners one you got is fire. Out of all the hats, why choose that one today? So why'd you choose that one?
Like I said, I love two tones over one color. And this Mariners cap right here, it was inspired by the past, and then I mixed the colorways from the history of the Mariners, that royal blue, back in the day with that yellow S. So, and then going down further through the years, you had that two-tone Mariners with the navy and the aqua.
Because I was going to say, with the two-tone, that original Mariners, I think it was like a darker navy. It kind of reminded me of like the A-Rod years, but when you have that blue on top of it, it reminds me of Ken Griffey. So be able to
So I was inspired, by the history. I was inspired by like a picture. I'm pretty sure it was a Ken Griffey picture. I saw him rocking that that blue cap, back in the day. And then, like I said, throughout the years, they switched it up to that navy and aqua. So my whole idea was to combine, those two colors, that royal blue and then that aqua, and just like create something like this. And I wanted to do that because it's just like, I don't think it has been done, but again, I don't care if I wasn't the first to do it. I just wanted to bring back that feel, or I just wanted to bring out this colorway, and it came out.
Facts. I mean, if you talk about impacted, I mean, you got the chat buzzing here, man. So like I said, I believe in the heat that you're putting out here, and whether you're on Instagram Live or whether you're on Facebook Live, I think that a lot of people here have gotten a chance to at least get a little look into just, what goes into this. Because I think anybody thinks that they can just make hats, but I think it takes something to not only make a hat, but make it the hat that a lot of people want to wear, and that you can yourself feel like, wow, I did that, and I'm proud of that, man. So never take lightly what you do, Kenny Lou, man, because a lot of people appreciate you out here, man.
I appreciate it, man.
But everybody out here, please give a round of applause to my boy Kenny Lou for coming out and absolutely rocking the show, man. We're gonna have you come back at the end of the show, man. All right, Brody? Hell yeah.
Thank y'all.
All right, say what's up, man. But yo, guys, thank you so much for another episode of the Talk That Talk Show. Thank you if you tuned in. I love you all, and I'll see you next week. Psych? Psych? You thought we was done? Eric Barry, you thought we was done, my G? Nah. We still got more to go. So without further ado, our surprise guest on the show, please give a warm round of applause to Intercontinental Champion of the World. Give it up for Zeshan Interview. They didn't know you was coming, Z.
I appreciate that illustrious introduction, you know. You're doing big things out here every day, you know.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Kenny Lou. You know
Absolutely rocking it.
I knew Kenny Lou since I was like 8 years old, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, since we were 12 years old, we started running the streets with the sneakers and shit. So, you know, we go back, you know. He even made this hat right here, you know what I'm saying?
So that's one of the first ones.
Feel me? Yeah, this is before, like, he started with the whole wave with, like, and MyFitteds and stuff. So I love this one because it's, you know what I'm saying? He came up with this, you know what I'm saying?
Especially talking about, like, the history and then coming to where it is now. But I know you, Zeshan. But, you know, for those people that don't know behind the scenes, you know, who are you and what involvement do you have in this show, Zeshan?
Yeah, so, my name is Z. Everybody calls me that. Even my mom calls me that. I live in the city. I work on photo shoots for a modeling agency, and on my spare time, I make beats, and I do make beats for this show. So what episode are we on right now?
112.
So 112 beats, you know what I'm saying? Fresh
Whoa, man.
And, that's some shit I like to do. I love doing it, and it pushes me, you know? It keeps me going. I'm like, yo, Barry needs that beat this week. Yo, I'm going to get it to him, you know? So every week I just have something brand new. Even if I don't make something for myself, it's something for B, you know?
Facts. And that's one thing that, you know, we're always on each other about is, you know, pushing different ideas and pushing, you know, different concepts. And even with his music, he'll come to me and he'll be like, yo, what do you think of this? You know, think this is hot? So, like, you know, I know where my, you know, motivation and where my, you know, values have come from for this podcasting. Yeah. But how would you say you've kind of grown from when we first started this show on episode 1 to now as a producer now at episode 112?
It's more like, you know, I like try to figure out what people haven't heard yet. I'm a sample producer. I use a lot of samples, and a lot of the samples in the world have already been used. So I'm always digging through the crates and stuff. So I've seen myself, like, from episode 1 to now, I've seen myself using more samples that you've never heard before. You know what I'm saying? So it's always just an advancement, more digging into the crates, more digging into YouTube. I'm looking up, like, folk songs from, like, Serbia.
Germany,
to sample, you know what I'm saying? Something you've never heard. So always something different. Like you said, you need something refreshing out there. So, but keep it modern, you know, so the kids will like it.
100%. And I think that what we've seen now is, you know, from when you first started doing the music for the show to now, you know, people are messaging me at the end saying, wow, like, I actually let the beat ride out, because we always let the beat come in at the beginning and the end of the show. And, you know, I know what I've said about when somebody has my shirt on. Kenny has said how he feels when people wear his hats. You know, how do you feel when, like, someone requests one of your beats, or when you actually hear someone bumping one of your beats?
Oh, man, if somebody requests one of my beats, it's like, yo, it's on, man. What we working on? You know what I'm saying? What else you want from me? Yo, you like that? I could make more like that for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, come through. Like, we'll make something fresh if you want, you know? So if somebody asks me for a beat, it's like, I go eat my heart, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, I got to show them what else I got. You know,
facts.
Like, you think this is nice, bro? Like, somebody will like a beat that I think it's trash. You know, that I made, and I'll be like, yo, you like that? And then, like, it's whatever though. You know what I'm saying? If you like it, you like it. You know, if you don't, like, but I guess that's what keeps me going. Like, my trash beats, people actually like. You know? So
and I think that also, you know, we've talked about this before, but you've mentioned before about how, you know, Cam has been somebody that's always giving you honest feedback and saying, yo, if this isn't good, go back and do it again. But how important has it been for you, like, growing as a producer, to have someone like Cam there to give you that honest feedback?
So for those who don't know, Cam is my roommate, and Cam actually works at Jungle City Studios, and he's had the opportunity to record a lot of the artists that you hear on the radio. So I probably moved to New York about 5 years ago. Shout out to Sean Wade. He let me sleep on his couch.
Shout out to Shawnee.
And he was like, yo, come out here, move to Queens, let's do this music thing. I was like, yo, I'm about it. So at that time, he was also living with Cam, and they knew each other from Penn State. So automatically, Cam seen what I was doing on the turntables. He seen that I was using beat breaks and then samples, and then, you know, making fresh beats at it. And he was like, yo, can you record that? I was like, nah, but yo, I'll figure it out. And then I figured it out, you know what I'm saying? And every night I would watch him, how he would make beats and how he would engineer. And I would just emulate whatever he was doing onto my computer. And that's how I learned, just standing behind somebody and watching them, you know what I'm saying? It's patience, you know? Mm-hmm. But it's to the point where it's like, you know, I seen that he was fucking with my beats. I was like, yo, if this dude records the hottest artist, you know what I'm saying, on the radio, and he says my shit is hot, then why not keep going with it? You know what I'm saying? So I treated it like a hobby, and that's what keeps it fun, you know, treating it like a hobby. And, you know, you won't get tired of it. And then eventually people will hear what you got. And
and the rest is history, man.
And Cam will keep it real with me. He'll be like, yo, that shit's whack. And I'll be like, nah, that's hot. But something that I think is hot, something that I think is whack that I made, he'll be like, yo, that's hot. And I'll be like, all right, here, you can have it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then but you know, he gets on me. Like he'll be working on a beat and he'll want me to collab with him on it. I'll be like, I'm kind of lazy today. He's like, fuck out of here, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, hop on the, you know what I'm saying? Hop on the beat pads and get to it. I'm like, all right, you're right, you know what I'm saying? And you need that around you, because if you don't, like, it's just, you know, it's a slippery slope, you know what I'm saying? Like my homie say, you know?
That's so true, man, slippery because if you have even with a team, you know what I'm saying? We'll take it just face level at the sporting level. Yeah. If you have one player on a team that just fucks up that team chemistry, now you're talking about, you know, the entire team failing and not getting that overall goal. Now when you're talking about it on a personal level, if you having someone that's interfering with your personal goal or your process to get to that path, dude, energy is huge, and I think people underestimate just the power of negative energy. But that's why it's so important to have positive people like you or like your other friends that motivate you around you, man.
Exactly, man.
It's so, I hate to sound so cliche, but it's like you are around like the company that you keep around you, man. So
for sure.
How have you been able to, you know, filter out those, you know, because I'm sure people are throwing a lot of information at you a lot of times, especially in New York. So, you know, how are you able to, you know, filter out what is positive for you and what's negative?
I take even if it's negative criticism, I take it as a positive note, because, you know, I embrace that. If somebody has something to say about my work, I'm gonna listen to them, and I'm gonna see, yo, what do you think I should change? What would you like? Mm-hmm. You know, I'm not gonna be one of those people who's like, hey, I don't care, like, whatever. I'm here to cater to people. I'm here to cater to my fans. You know what I'm saying? And I just, even if it's positive or negative, I take it the same way. It's a learning process, mm-hmm. you know? Because that's just life. Life is full of positivity and negativity. So you gotta, you know, take it as it comes and learn from it, you know? Just because somebody sends something negative your way, you know, smile at that.
Facts.
You know? You're like, I'm gonna learn from you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I think a lot of times too, Zeshan, like sometimes people will say, and we know some friends out there, you know, some people just say things just to get a rise out of you. Mm-hmm. And like the easiest way to just slice that down and to get rid of that is just to not give them that type of thing that they're looking for, that reaction. So, you know, you definitely hit it on the head there. But, you know, I know we've talked a little bit before about, you know, just how important your music is to you and, you know, some of the things that you do like to do with the beat making. But, you know, is there something that's on the horizon that, you know, you're looking to do or that you haven't done before with your music?
Yeah, there's, so this past year, 2 years, I've been working with some local artists. Mm-hmm. You know, shout out to Sham Retro.
I think he was just tuned in. Shout out to Sham.
Yeah, shout out to Sham. He's been hopping on a couple of my beats. Shout out to, y'all don't know, Mook. I've been mixing his music. Look out for that, but you'll see that on my page soon. You know, shout out to Flea from Ghost Gang. He hopped on a couple of my beats, hoping to release them. But other than that, when it comes to, like, those are, you know what I'm saying, local artists, when it comes to bigger artists, I can't really speak on that yet, you know what I'm saying, because until something's set on stone, you know, I can't really speak on that. So,
Facts.
You know, we'll see what's coming in the near future. Just, you'll see it, you know what I'm saying, you'll see it. I don't want to talk about it too much, but you will see, everybody will see it, you know what I'm saying.
And I think that the huge thing that we can say is I believe that some heat is coming from you, because for the past 111 episodes, you've been able to give me some dope beats to, and like I said, the show, even it wouldn't be what it is now if it wasn't for your part in the show.
No doubt, man.
You know, and
you told me you were making a podcast. I was like, yo, and like, you know, I got to be a part of this. Like, it's coming out of Edison, New Jersey. I knew Barry since I was in high school. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, I got to be part of this somehow. I was thinking, how can I contribute? You know what I'm saying? I could, edit your videos, whatever, but, that's not really, that's not my expertise. I was like, yo, let me make your music. You know what I'm saying? And then we're like, yo, let's, I'll make you like 10 beats, you choose one. And then by the time that came, I was like, yo, I'll just make you a fresh beat every week because, yo, I pump beats. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing, so,
it worked
here
out.
We are.
Yeah.
Here we are.
And I think that, like I said before, it seems crazy to me that, sometimes looking back that we were at episode 1 or 2 where I was over on the table there. So, like, from you as being, someone that isn't like, where I'm creating the content, but you're, not only just creating the beats, but you're also listening to the show and watching the show as a fan as well, too.
Always,
so, how have you seen that this show has changed?
I've seen a lot, you know what I'm saying? You got the talk show billboard. I see, you know what I'm saying? You got multiple mics set up. You're going live on YouTube, IG, and Facebook. So it's all just, everything's progressed. Everything's getting better. The guests keep on getting better. The guests are always coming through. People want to be on this show,
right?
There's a line. There's a line to be on this show. You know what I'm saying? Barry wanted me there. Like, way before. I was like, I don't know, man. There's only one man that, you know what I'm saying? Kenny Lou came on. He was like, Kenny Lou convinced me. This is basically the only person that could convince me to do, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he told me before he had a little nervous, but you coming out here looking like an expert, dog.
Nah, you know what I'm saying? You can't look like a coward in front of the camera, you know what I'm saying?
Facts. Nah, man. I tell you what, Z, like I said, you've been someone that's helped me out throughout this journey of this Talk That Talk show. And, for me, it's just been so helpful to have you to where, you're constantly pushing me and sending articles to me where you're saying, yo, you should talk about this, or, hey, you should get this thing started to try and help the podcast out. And,
it's gone beyond sports. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's gone beyond sports. It's become a community thing. I feel like almost every guest you have, I know them, you know what I'm saying, personally. And then the guests that I don't know, you get a notion of who these different people are in the community, you know? So that's why I really appreciate your show, because it's really putting on for the people around here,
Thank you, Zeshan. And I'm going to keep going. As long as I'm breathing, I'm going to constantly put out these episodes. And as long as I'm putting out episodes, I know you're going to be putting out beats with me, dog.
You already know, man. We out
here. One of these days we're going to have to, catch a Mets game soon enough.
Oh, for sure.
I know that for me, I'm huge on going to baseball games and going to the NBA playoff games. I was in the Garden, even though my Knicks lost, but it was a great time. But, with us, opening back up, do you see yourself going to a game, or would you see yourself going to a concert first?
I could go to a game anytime I want. Like, I could go to a Mets game or a Yankees game. It's just, I got no time, man. We always hustling, always working on beats, or always helping out the family. But I'll probably hit up, honestly, because the industry I'm in, I'm probably gonna go to a concert first. You know what I'm saying?
Is there any on your radar of anything?
I'm honestly trying to get backstage to Rolling Loud, man. Trying to figure that out. I'm not trying to be in the crowd at all. I'm too old for that shit. But, backstage, that's the aim. So,
Hey, you put your mind to something, you can do it, man.
I don't want to go to a Mets. I could have gone to a Mets game, but I don't want to jinx it because every Mets game I've gone to, they've lost. So I'm probably just gonna hit up the first sports event I go to. It's probably gonna be a Yankees game. You know what I'm saying? They
flip the luck, right?
They win every time I go.
It must be that Bronx magic, man. But before I have you head off here, Zeshan,
what's good?
I do like to ask this question too.
What's up, man?
It's one of my favorites though, because I think, when you ask it, you get a real sense. You said before about, when you watch the show, you get a real sense of who people are, right?
Yeah.
And I think this question definitely holds true to that. So it's like, for me, if you had a chance to like go back in time and like give yourself a little bit of advice, or give someone give someone else out there some advice, just to be a little bit more positive, or just to lead just something a little bit better, just to get them through the day. What type of motivational advice would you give them?
I'd say, everybody wants to be successful, right? And there's different recipes to success. And I'd say at a younger age, I was always looking at the ingredients to one certain recipe. You know what I'm saying? As I've grown in the past 10 years, whatever, I've noticed that you gotta take ingredients from different people's recipes and then make your own recipe out of those ingredients
of success.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I've learned. Everybody's not the same. Everybody don't got the same process. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, if I could go back in time and tell myself something, I'll be like, yo, like, you know, I'm not saying don't go to college, but I'm like, yo, don't waste your time in college. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't for me. You know what I'm saying? But for some people, it works out. You know what I'm saying? But for myself, I would have gone back and stuck to what I love. You know what I'm saying? Since I was 15, you know what I'm saying, I wanted to do music, you know what I'm saying, but since I was 5, it was instilled in my brain to get that degree, you know what I'm saying, so once I let go of that, that's when life started really progressing, and I really started doing what I want to do, and life started becoming what I want it to be, you know.
And so, that's a powerful word, Z, because so many times I feel like, and we talked about this with Kenny, where it's like, you know, you have these outside influences or these forces, and we're constantly, it's human nature to try and please those. But when you're able to go and live a life that's full and that you can stick to your own core values and still remain yourself,
sure.
I mean, that's a influence that extends beyond just life itself, man.
Definitely.
And that's when you create those memories, those traditions, that pastimes that people are proud of and that people talk of, even when you're not there, man. So, you know, I think that, you know, whatever you choose to put your mind to, whatever Kenny chooses to put his mind to, I mean, shit, whatever I put my mind to, you know, we're going to be some dangerous people, you know, at the end of the day. And I think that what we've shown is from different lights, whether it's been Kenny, you know, starting out from, you know, his embroidery hats to now being one of the top hat places in New Jersey and even the country, to now having Zeshan, who has started out with just making very simple beats, to now making illustrious, you know, thought out, planned out, sampled that you haven't seen before beats. And then for me to, like you said, come out with a podcast that started just as sports, giving straight facts, to now expressing ourselves and being able to have other people express themselves. I mean, that's a powerful message, and that's something that I hold my responsibility on every single week. And I thank you so much for holding true with me too, and bringing a beat every single week, because, you know, without you, this Talk That Talk show wouldn't be itself.
Yeah, man. Without you, I wouldn't be inspired to make a brand new beat every week and then some. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You know, we're here for each other. You know, that's what friends are for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's what it's all about, man. Keep the right people around you, and you never know what can happen, man. So once again, I want to thank my boy Zeshan, Vitamin Z, for coming here on the show. Before we head off here, I got to do my little review here. I'm obligated to do so. So for everybody out there that likes a little bit of alcohol, I'm going to tell you right now, this is what you're going to want to try out here. This is called the Vizzy Hard Seltzer. It's by Blackberry and Lemon. It's got a little bit, just a hint of blackberry and lemon. And I think it says it's got antioxidants and vitamin C. I'm not going to go out here and say that this is healthy by any stretch, because that could be the craziest thing if I'm out here saying this shit is healthy. But no, what I will say is this. It's damn tasty in what I've had before. And I actually have not had this seltzer before, so I'm going to try this out. Alright. Look at the pour, guys. Remember, if you don't know how to pour, you tilt the glass to the side so you don't have all the foam, right? I know it ain't a beer, but it can still foam up as a seltzer, right? So, yo, cheers up, guys. This is the Vizzy Blackberry Lemon Seltzer, all right? Cheers up, man. Here we go.
Vizzy Hard Seltzer with antioxidant and vitamin C. That's damn good.
It is good, man. For me, it almost tastes like one of those ice pops, like a watered down ice pop.
Yeah, got that kick to it?
I think so, man. I think if I had to, I wouldn't say it's my favorite flavor, But if I had to go with like a 1 out of 10 scale, I'll give this a solid 6. I'll give it a 6. I mean, I might have it one more than I don't think I'm gonna have 3 of them, Kenny. I don't know, but it'll do. That'll do, donkey. That'll do.
As long as it gets the job done, you know what I'm saying?
That's right, man.
How much % alcohol that got in there right there?
I think this one has 5%.
It's not bad for the seltzer, you know what I'm
No,
saying?
I mean, yo, a lot of people been knocking me, but yo, I've really enjoyed this seltzer binge where, you know, I don't feel full. You know, I've been able to try some different tasting things. And, yo, just like we talked about, like, you got to do the things that you want to do. And for some people, drinking a seltzer may be girly or sissy. Ain't nothing sissy or girly about drinking a seltzer, man. You got to treat your body good, you
Sometimes
know?
drinking be painful, you know? It's a painful process, you know what I'm saying? That's why I stick to smoking, you know what I'm saying?
Dude, we went through the heady years, man. You know, we went through the tough alcohol when you're drinking Vladimir because you only got $10 in your pocket, man. You know, so while I'm here, I want to drink something good,
I
man.
feel it, man.
But yo, we're going to have Kenny come back on here, man, and we can close this show out. Yes, sir. Everybody's here. But yeah, man, I just want to thank everybody out here for tuning in, as always. This has been one of the best episodes to date, man. I can honestly say, you know, I have 2 amazing guests here on the show, and Kenny Lou and Vitamin Z.
And Kenny Lou go way back, man. Way back. Shout out to Q.
Okay.
Shout out to his brother Mike Lou, you know what I'm saying? We used to have our own sneaker crew back in the day, you know what I'm saying? We actually went to one of the first Funk Flex sneaker shows, and you were out there with your crew.
I was with Theo.
So Barry was out there with, you know, Theo and his sneaker crew. Theo be killing it with the kicks always, ever since I remember, you know what I'm saying? You know, Kenny Lou, we were out there with our crew, so, you know, we go way back, you know, all of us, and it comes full circle. So.
Facts, man. So, before we head off the air, I want to thank my sponsors once again. Want to give a shout out to Tim over at Ink Parlor. He's helping to make some really dope stuff. I can't wait to show y'all what I got coming on my birthday, man. Yo.
It's heat. I seen it. It's
yo, just make sure you keep that $20 ready, all right? Keep that $20 ready. Also want to give a shout out to my boy Joe and Maria over at New York Life, helping people to get their financial freedom every single day. Cha-ching. Then want to help my boy, shout out to Savion Gaynor over at Skydive Socks. He's helping making some really dope stuff. Hoping to collab with him very soon. So stay tuned to what we got on the horizon. And then finally, want to give a shout out to Air We Are, helping people to get their heating and air conditioning needs in the South Side. So if you need something, hit up Jeff Galata. He'll help you out a lot. But before we head off the air, is there anything you guys want to say before you hop off?
Yo, just be humble, be happy, and yo, help as many people out as you can that need help. You feel me? Because that comes full circle to me, too. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. You never know when you're gonna need that helping hand. So, as much of the times you can help someone, you know, it's great advice to give there, Zeshan. You've helped me out immensely. So, thank you so much, brother. How about you, Kenny? Anything to say before we hop off?
Sure. Just work hard, hustle, grind. Keep your head up. Safe out there. Just keep your head up. You know, it's hard. Keep your head up, work hard, and at the same time, have fun. Enjoy.
That's an important thing.
Yes. And on that note, guys, we're going to leave you all because we're going to go have some fun after here. All right. Pause. Mega pause. All right. I love you guys all. Thank you for tuning in to the Talk That Talk show. Yes. Yes.
Talk that talk!
Yes. So shout out to Kenny and shout out to Zeshan. Keep tuning in to us whether you're on YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. Check us out on TalkThatTalkShow.com. Subscribe on YouTube. Please support because listen, you know every single week we're going to come with that heat. So thank you so much for tuning in. I love you all.